Simon Cowell seeing therapist for first time after becoming petrified to leave house. Simon Cowell has spoken candidly about his own mental health in a bid to encourage other men to seek help without being afraid of judgment. Britain's Got Talent and X Factor creator Simon Cowell has opened up about discovering therapy for the first time at the age of 63 after his crippling health fears left him too afraid to leave his home. Simon, who agreed to be the first guest on the Daily Mirror's Men in Mind podcast, spoke about his health concerns and how things reached breaking point for him during the COVID pandemic. Speaking about why he eventually decided to reach out to a therapist, he explained, "I've suffered from depression over the years, but that was just something I just thought, well, that's my character trait. I get down, and it's something you deal with. And then, I suppose COVID was the real catalyst." The ITV favorite went on to open up about being in a constant state of anxiety as his mental health deteriorated. "In the very, very, very early stages, some friends of mine got really ill, and I'm talking about really ill," he said. "So I thought, God, if I catch this, maybe the same thing's going to happen to me." Eric and Lauren. Simon has been with partner Lauren Silverman since 2013, and the pair share one 9-year-old son named Eric. Speaking about terrifying reports of the virus at the time, Simon continued, "I didn't know what was true or not. I just didn't have a clue other than I was petrified about catching it. Just petrified." Simon's family stayed in Los Angeles for most of the year, where the star didn't see anybody except for the occasional visitor who would be strictly tested before entering his home. "I'm just basically in my house, not going out and wearing masks all the time. I'm not exaggerating. I probably was tested about 1,000 times," he said. While Simon did catch COVID in the end, he thankfully suffered no ill effects, but it did get him thinking about his own mental health. Speaking about how therapy has changed his life for the better, Simon explained, "There's nothing to be fearful of, and no one's going to look at you or judge you differently. I think, particularly men, as a kid especially, it was always, don't cry, be a man. But it's nothing to be ashamed of, and it's healthy to almost go the other way. We're not all made of steel, and there's going to be times in our lives where you just need." Zoe Ball apologizes for taking it too far on air as she overshares on personal issue. Zoe Ball opened up about her issue with Trapped Wind live on her BBC Radio 2 breakfast show, and later apologized to her listeners for taking it too far with her oversharing. Zoe Ball may regret her live on-air admission this morning, which led her to apologize. The BBC Radio 2 breakfast host told listeners and her colleagues she was in agony with Trapped Wind before admitting it was a bit too much to share with the nation. The 52-year-old confessed to her personal issue after Quizmaster Jay Flynn asked if the team were okay ahead of testing their knowledge. In response, Zoe said, "Yes, marvelous. I've got a bit of Trapped Wind. But as you're asking," the host's outburst led her colleagues to burst into laughter, to which she added, "Sorry, do you know what it is? I danced around last night to Underworld Jumbo, then I ate half a packet of biscuits, and then stayed up to watch the moon. So my body is all out of kilter." After sharing a few more details, Zoe swiftly tried to change the subject, adding, "Anyway, it's too much information. Sorry. Shall we do the quiz? Sorry, I always take it too far." Jay replied, joking that the tension of the quiz might help with her issue, to which she agreed. "Any tips, do get them into us," she added to her listeners. Further on in the show, Zoe cited her trapped wind as the reason why she was getting distracted as the team discussed the quiz answers. "I'm in agony," she told her colleagues before continuing with the segment. Despite her distraction, the presenter went on to win the on-air quiz, which she branded a miracle. "Get it on the front pages of all the papers," she joked, adding she was so relieved. Seconds later, a sound effect of passing wind was played, which caused laughter throughout the studio. In response, Zoe joked, "It's a double win. Sorry, you might want to clear the room. Open the windows if you can." Just last month, the mother of two opened up about her menopause and losing her eyesight on her show. During a chat with Billy Joel, the 74-year-old musician joked he no longer liked to look in the mirror due to his age after Zoe complimented his looks. Off the back of his comment, the host laughed and added, "It's a great idea. Just take the mirrors down." "My eyesight has gone with menopause. I can't see myself. It's great. According to Eye Health UK, the menopause can bring an